Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Don't forget, sometimes you gotta labor, then you gotta loaf, and use your loofah pad for keeping the skin nice and clean. You like it? I use avocado and a lot of argan oil. That's my beauty secret. Anyway, if we can't hold to the truth in the face of negative appearances, what's our faith worth? Um, so many times we almost always enormously overrate the problems that we're facing. So, for instance, as a yoga practitioner, there's a kind of tendency to idealize the Asiatic culture, the Eastern philosophies. We romanticize it and denigrate the value of the West. It's as if we see the old teachings as the apex of civilization, and somehow we see that we can't see it transparently. So we don't realize it has its own version of self-deception and blindness. So many of these doctrines seem to be exempt from critical scrutiny, and we don't see that there's hidden self-interest, pollution, and corruption in all the systems. So if you don't see through that, then you don't realize it becomes a breeding ground for compliance and inauthenticity. So the two dangers of what I call unbridled reference, which accepts all religious teachings without critical examination, or the pathologizing, which rejects it automatically because you see it's superstitious and aspects of it are totally not in touch with reality. But it is fallacious to equate religious involvement with psychological immaturity, or religious disbelief with psychological maturity. That's a lot. Get that? Just because you're involved with religion doesn't mean you're psychologically immature. And just because you disbelieve religion or you're an atheist doesn't mean that you're psychologically mature. So how do you deal with it? Well, there's old stories. A lot of people think that the apocalypse means the end of times, where the second coming is going to happen, where the world will be destroyed and nuclear cauterization, something like that. But it really means lifting the veil, seeing through, and to understand how creation is ongoing, doesn't stop at all. There's a really beautiful story of the elders. If you're driving here in Chicago and you go a little bit north toward the Wisconsin line, there's a road here. I can't tell you how to find it because it's kind of by like Brigadoon, kind of springs out of nowhere. And if you're lucky enough to find it and you take this road, you enter into a cave. And in this cave, you find there's an old woman. How old? She is so old, we call her braids to the ground. That's how long she's been around. And all she's doing in this cave is two things. First, she's making the beautiful wedding garment. She's taking every care possible to weave it, make it beautiful, put beads on it. And she's using porcupine quills, and she's been biting for all eternity porcupine quills to make them beautiful. Her teeth are down to like little nubs. But doesn't care. She doesn't care because she wants to make the most beautiful wedding garment in the world. But as she's doing it, she realizes, oh my God, I have to stir the food. Food? What food? There's a huge cauldron over there with every wonderful thing to eat. There's meat for the carnivorous people and pescatarian, fish for the pescatarians, and there's grains and beans and vegetables and fruits for the vegetarians and the vegans. There's every good thing. She has it spiced and everything, and she's stirring it, but it takes a long time for her to walk over from where she was doing the wedding garment to where she's making the beautiful food for everybody to serve at the wedding, right? And she takes a long time for it to get over there, and then she stirs it a really long time because it's a big cauldron, and she doesn't have a lot of strength as an opera, but she does the best because she loves the world and wants to have a great feast when she'll be done with the wedding garment and the food cooking. Now, while she's doing this, she doesn't notice that there's this little black dog. What black dog? The little black dog that's in there that runs over to her wedding garment, and unbeknownst to her, behind her back where she can't see, the dog starts pulling on the empty thread, the thread that's hanging out of the wedding garment. And before you know it, The dog has pulled the whole wedding garment back down to like it's not even a dress anymore. It's just the material. By the time the woman stops stirring the food and walks back over to the wedding garment, she says, "Oh my God, what happened over here?" And although in some way you think she's really, really pissed about it, but she isn't. She says, "Oh my," and she starts again, and she starts reweaving the wedding garment. Well, just fast forward here. Same thing happens just as she's about to finish it. She remembers she has to go back and stir the pot so it doesn't burn. She goes back to stir the pot. The dogs come and undoes the whole wedding garment, and this process keeps on going. Now, somebody might simply say, well, yeah, the solution is really simple. Get rid of the dog, kill the dog, find some way to get it out of the picture, and then she can finish the wedding garment, right? But that's not what the elders say. The elders say it's because of that dog unraveling it that she has to recreate, start again, build anew, make it even better than the one that was before. And so in this way, they say that's the way creation never finishes. Even when it seems like it's unraveling, it's only unraveling in order to bring it back into a new form that serves us all better and is even more beautiful.